they had badly forged my signature, and that I had videotaped my sister-in-law hitting me. Those are felonies I could fuck over their lives if I so desired. And if they did not go, that is exactly what I would do. The only reason I hadn't done it sooner was for Jason's children. They had one chance to get out. When my parents heard that, I believe it dawned on them that they couldn't force me to do it for Jason. My mother finally gave up and declared she'd put an end to it. She then went over to her sister-in-law and spoke quietly with her for a minute, while my father spoke with Jason. My sister-in-law immediately began crying and shredding up the false rental papers into little parts and flinging them like confetti, only to have an officer order them to pick up the pieces of paper or he would fine them for littering. At this moment, both cops got the "I don't get paid enough for this" expression on their faces. Jason had to start asking his children to pack their belongings back into the moving truck. The kids were all crying, with the eldest sobbing because he wouldn't get his own room now. Sister-in-law and Jason collected their children to try one more lame attempt to guilt me with a sad family performance, in which they all cluster together in a type of group hug while all facing the same way. I swear they had practiced it before. All of the kids had the same begging expressions and quivering mouths. My sister-in-law started caressing her pregnant belly and drooping her head to look like a sad puppy, while my brother simply made the saddest face he could and pleaded, "Please don't do this. We should be allowed to live here." But I didn't hesitate and instructed them to continue packing. All of the kids and my sister-in-law started crying, and Jason roared at me, "Are you satisfied with yourself? You've denied us a house because you're too self-centered to share and support our family." I ended up laughing like crazy and retorting that what he was attempting to do was take, not share, and that no amount of tears would convince me to let his family move in, because he is no longer my brother. He's just an entitled jerk who believes he can take anything he wants from me, just like when we were kids. Jason began F-bombing me until the authorities told him to stop or he'd be arrested, regardless of whether I wanted to press charges. He sucked in his lips, his expression a mixture of fear and rage. I asked the cops if they could stay until my parents, brother and sister-in-law had departed, and they stated they wouldn't leave until this was handled. In fact, 2 cops turned into 4 in the next few minutes as more cars arrived. For whatever reason, this gave my parents an extra push to get started. I made Jason give me the keys to the new lock he'd installed on my front door, even though I ended up getting another lock the next day since I wasn't sure whether he had duplicate keys. He was quite reluctant to hand them over. Then, instead of handing them to me, he flung them down the street and into a storm drain, telling me to go get them myself. But one of the cops chastised him for it and ordered him to go collect them. He had to remove the grate off to get to them, and he got somewhat dirty in the process. When he got the keys back, he snarled and slammed them down in my hand. I then told everyone to go and never come back. My mother stated I'd be disowned for this, as if it were a threat to me.